it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day this Thursday. Today we're going to talk about the Chaos Bringer, and that is the Squall, or really any light tank for the most part, but especially these double-barreled things who have a significant capability of closing out low hit point tanks, multiple low hit point tanks in the right situation. And even with the relatively long reload of the autocannon, can be right back in the fight in about 10 to 15 seconds, depending on which tier we're talking about. This is the Squall. That's the premium version. We're going to head up the hill. We're on Himmel's, what is this, Fjords. We're on Fjords. That is how you pronounce it. I don't want to hear anything different. I will not entertain such blasphemies. Fjords. All right. Somebody is going to make a serious comment. Somebody has and will make a serious comment about it. Anyway, on Fjords, which is how you say it, just in case you forgot. We're going to go up here to the north. We spawned in to the east side. Going to be careful. The thing about these tanks is you want to be careful about overcommitting, because you really want to get that autocannon into the fight, don't you? I mean, I know I do, but you got to be careful with it. For example, I go, ooh, E25, rage down there and close them out. There's too many guns in the game, fellas, and it's kind of big for a light tank. So it is a constant fight between I need to put the pedal to the metal and start crushing things, and hold your horses, wait for the right opportunity. All right. We'll actually have a couple examples in here. Oh, look at this. The 12T got super aggressive. This guy's like, oh my gosh, they saw me. And I'm just going to keep wailing away until he dies. We'll back out, hit C. Now we're on a reload. Boom. All right. You got to love it. I only did 147. So it can reach out and touch people, and it's not the most accurate thing, and obviously it blooms as you shoot and gets worse, but you're shooting so many shells, and that guy with such low hit points, eventually one made just enough of the drop and killed off there already, and that was huge for us, killing that guy early. Enemy team doesn't do a particularly good job. We've got a couple big guns here. I sort of wish I'd have followed up the Barask. I'm actually thinking that I'm about to watch the Barask go kill himself. So there's another tank that you're very tempted to just get in there and start mixing it up with people, but realize there's 14 guns left in the game. We know where a good number of them are, but there's still a lot of guns left in the game. More than likely there's not too many down here. There's about to be less. Oh, look at that. You gotta love it. Somebody else took some damage. Here's the other thing that's really cool about that, about the autocannon gun. Something to think about. He got spotted. I started shooting. Maybe hit a couple before he died. I don't know. I did. No, I didn't. I did a whole 19 damage, right? Well, 65, 19. All right, so I did a little damage. Then somebody else shot him and took a bunch of his hit points, and then I finished him off because I was still shooting with the low hit point autocannon. It's a really interesting thing that can happen with these auto guns, is while you're firing, somebody else, especially if it's kind of a high hit point tank at the time, somebody else can take a bunch of hit points off of them. Watch this. Oh, okay. Didn't work that time. I have a whole 166 damage and 2 kills. Now the Barask is getting pretty far, and this is where I wish I had followed him up a little earlier. I was still sort of taking sniper shots at things. I hadn't noticed he'd really pushed in that hard. Also, with the number of tanks that they've lost and the number of tanks that are unspotted, it looks like they have almost nothing back here. Now this was interesting because I'm like, what? Oh, I looked down. When I got spotted, I looked down and I went, what's seeing me? And I looked at the mini-map over here and noticed there's a Batchat 12T sitting up there. So I'm having a bit of a problem getting my gun turned around here on this guy. So we'll punish him on the way. We'll hit C. We'll run into a wall and eventually get around. And unfortunately, the Barask died before I could get in there and help him. But these are now some more low hit point tanks, aren't they? We've got 2 kills and a whole 332. So we're going to follow up with the Barask. Apologies to the Barask for not following up earlier. We're going to find this guy. We're just reloading in time. Boom. Take him down. I don't think I hit C because I think I'm considering trying to get up to the... what was the Sturb? I guess I didn't realize the Sturb had died. So now I'm feeling like I should have hit C and reloaded, and maybe I completely forget. Maybe I did. Alright, there's a mistake. I do not have as many shells as I could have. I thought there might... oh, there's a wall right there. Then I hit C. Alright, so... here comes Mr. Even 90. We're going to try to ram him to death. We're not going to be reloaded, so we'll just take him out this way. Alright, fellas, look. On all of your lights, I think I'm going to do a quick tip about this at some point, but here's another embedded quick tip. Every light you own should have controlled impact, period, dot. It's defensive and offensive. Heavier scout like mine against a light scout crushes them really nicely. Light scout like the ELC Even 90, you'll take less damage. Now he was screwed because I'm much heavier, much bigger, But if he'd had more hit points and controlled impact, maybe I don't actually kill him with that initial round. All right, he was so low hit points, I don't think it would have mattered. Still, the point remains, have controlled impact. All right. Yeah, he just shoots me. Take as many shots off him we can. All right, Chaos Bringer, my friends. We have 4 kills. T29, T42 dies. Now I know this T49, or yeah, T29. I said T49. T29 is going to be reloaded, but he's also busy looking at stuff, and I can tell he's not looking at me. He's looking up here at this guy. See where his gun is pointed? So I'm hoping I can surprise him like a disc. And unfortunately, there's a Borosk right there. Not a whole bunch I can do about it. Honestly, I wish right now that I would have had better SA, because I possibly could have not shot him, gone by him, auto-aimed the Borosk, and maybe killed him. And we'll get another little bit of ram damage. He takes the hit. Same idea with a lighter tank like that. With the medium, he probably has controlled impact, I would imagine, in there. But only 1,459 damage, 402 assists, just absolute chaos with 5 kills, fellas. You know, using the strengths of this crazy little auto gun right here. Something to think about. Something to think about. So some good examples of being a bit patient, maybe a little bit too patient when the burr pushed in. But some of that may be some revisionist history or 2020, because to be honest, when he dove down there, I'm like, I don't know how much stuff is down there. I hadn't had time to look up at the tank rolls and go and do a count of the noses kind of thing, just because I just hadn't had time. I was too busy shooting guys down there. I wish I could take in every bit of SA on the screen at all times, but nobody really can. Some are better than others. So that's what happens in those situations. You got to try to gather as much info and make the best decision that you can at the time. So it would have been nice to have pushed with him, because I might have been able to keep that burr alive and do a little more teamwork down there. But absolute, more or less a romple stomp. They did some pretty good, they did a decent job down there in the south, and they killed a couple of us in our very aggressive kind of gameplay in the north. But when you're the Chaos Bringer and you notice the openings are there, and you have a tank like this and a Borosk and whatnot that can just kind of crack open that shell and let the rest of the team get aggressive. Also notice that our 2 big TDs, the Sioux and the Scorpion, I'm not sure where the Scorpion's gone around the middle. See how they came up to the hill and helped us? They weren't sitting down on that stupid peninsula down by the cap. Look, if you're gonna drive TDs, get your gun in position. I get it. I'm a TD, I hide in a bush, yada yada. I saved a game the other day because I had all my hit points and everyone died. Well, they died because your gun wasn't helping them. Just let's look at the first principles and why you got to that situation. Good on you for fixing it and for winning, but the rest of the team reduced hit points to get to the point where you could actually do that. Imagine had you been up and careful and reducing hit points with your team and keeping some of your guys alive, right? That's a whole nother subject and a whole nother video. Today, just the Chaos Bringer. The Squall excels at this. Medium tanks and light tanks in general excel at it. This one with its auto cannon can just shut down low hit point tanks so fast. It's got nice speed. It's a fun tank to play. All right, guys, that is all I've got. Have a great one. See ya. What's happening? Help me.